For the emergency response, I conducted research on homeless people in Darwin, especially those in the long grass community. After analyzing the problems and needs encountered by the homelessness, a solution was designed. There were over 136,000 people in Darwin, and indigenous people made up about 8.7% of the total population. June, the founder of the Longgrasser Association, said that there would be 3,000 people sleeping rough, and the situation for the homeless in the territory were only worse over the years, not better. About the homelessness special needs. The living conditions of longgrassers are unimaginable for most Australians. They have almost no shelter, and they have to deal with monsoon rains during the rainy season in the Northern Territory. Cooking and bathroom facilities are inaccessible. So many people suffer serious diseases. Public housing was to wait a long time. So we need to provide a safe and comfortable place to live. Regarding the final design response principle, my portable assembly house is a low-cost, adaptable place for homeless people that can be installed in the short period of time. My first vision of the design was more in the container type, industrial style, but it lacked the consideration of the warm attribute of the concept of home, and the in-depth investigation of the multi-level prefabricated structure. In fact, the structure did not meet the needs of the homeless living community, so I started with that concept again and did more research and come up with a new design. I took inspiration from Peter Cook's utopian design concept of a plug-in city, and began to imagine how a house could be built in a short period of time, while keeping the cost low and moving around the site according to the needs. So I searched for some portable intensive small residential design cases. And from the design case of below Baby 3, I found the prefabricated construction way. Most of the work is done in the factory, requiring a short time of assembly on the actual site, and I just need to determine the specific assembly method according to the research. There are my final design response, production drawings, and the final design photos. Like this. There are the actual scalar models of my final design response. After determining the basic design direction, I began to search for relevant materials of prefabricated materials. Prefabricated building components are generally not cheap, but for homeless people, construction cost is very important. What kind of material can be installed? Waterproof, easy to assemble, and low cost. I inadvertently remembered the plight of the refrigerator in the long-distance transportation. The board is mainly composed of the thermal insulation and waterproof layer, which is made of PU. A protective layer is usually attached to the inside and outside side. The material is light but has greater structural strength. It is easy to get, easy to transport, and easy to keep. So I choose the sheet as my first choice. MgO board is a material with very good performance. In addition to being environmentally friendly and low cost, it also has good firm, proof, and waterproof properties. Therefore, no additional building materials were needed to ensure the quality of these living spaces. As for the main sheet facade, considering the beauty, I adopted a mental sheet finish. In addition to enhancing the waterproofing of the building, this very thin layer of material enhances and the overall aesthetic of the building. This is indoor structure. This includes the two bedroom, one kitchen, and one bathroom. And the pallet joint is locked from the inside with a hex wrench. These are my final model images and application scenario. So that's all.